What's up guys, welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it's all about classic bodybuilding. And I just woke up and it is time for some cardio. I'm about 7 weeks out right now. Haven't done a video like this in a while, but now the progress is surely starting to show. I could have shown you the first couple of weeks, but I'm not a person who gets in shape way beforehand. At least you don't see it that way in my physique. So right now you definitely do. So let me show you a little bit how I look like right now. Alright, so in this mirror you can probably see best. The abs are really getting there. Arms are still remaining full. Vascularity is a little bit there. So I'm happy with everything, how it's going. So yeah, shape is definitely there. This is simply in the morning, not having done anything yet. So it already looks like this. I'm pretty happy. A little better view right here. You can see separation in the abs. Now this is lighting literally right facing me. So, let's see how I'm gonna do this. So yeah, I'm happy, but that doesn't mean we should stop doing cardio. No, this is exactly when you should start doing more cardio. At least be more consistent about it. To keep these gains and conditioning up. Because remember, your body at the end of a prep is very resistant to losing weight, losing fat. So we want to do that, and we will. I can even see the face is getting leaner too. But anyway, time for some cardio. Alright guys, I'm doing cardio right now. It's been about 30 minutes. I'm gonna do cardio for an hour. And I usually walk outside or walk on a treadmill depending on the weather. But yeah, I do it 6 times a week for an hour. And walking is very healthy in general. And it just clears your mind. Always listen to podcasts here. And the time flies, so it's a very nice way of doing cardio. You can always move to extreme forms of cardio when you get stuck. But as always, if you start out with extreme forms of cardio at the beginning, what are you going to do at the end? You always got to put one step of extremeness after one another and start with the lowest one possible. Anyway, I'm going to finish this cardio up and then have my first meal of the day. Alright guys, I just got home. I made my first meal of the day and oh, what's happening here? But it's a low carb day today, but the most important carb meals are right after sleep. So in the morning, the first meal, the meal before training, and the meal after training. And every other meal you can simply do 0 carb. So you can maximize the carbs when you need them. So the 2 meals in between breakfast and working out, 0 carbs, and the meals after the meal after working out, 0 carbs. This way your body is able to optimize the carbs yet burn fat in the meantime. So this is my meal right now. It's just oatmeal with a little vanilla through it, some whey, some almonds, and some raisins, guys. 80 grams of oatmeal, 15 grams of raisins, 20 grams of almonds, 60 grams of whey. So I'm gonna enjoy this meal a lot because this is the first carb meal, then 2 0 carb meals, and then before workout. So let's enjoy this. Alrighty guys, I just got back from the groceries. Obviously I had my first meal first, then went straight to the groceries. And now I'm home with the things that I bought, but I made a meal of that. So let me show you and explain to you why. Alright, so this is my second meal of the day. First of all, what is this? This is about 270 grams of tuna with a little bit of teriyaki sauce marinated within. Almost, well, virtually no calories added. It's just for taste. Normally you can add spices, and spices you don't have calories, so it doesn't matter what you add. Because this is a 270 grams, I'm missing a few grams to complete the 300 grams. So I added a few shrimps right here for the extra calories. And I added about 300 grams of broccoli, and I did not add any fat in here, so no coconut oil, no olive oil. So what I did is add half an avocado, which is very healthy indeed. I put these broccoli pieces and the avocado in the active fry, did it for about 10 minutes, and this is what came out. No carbs, just protein, vegetables, and a little bit of healthy fats to fuel my body. Let's enjoy. And going straight to the pre-workout meal, got 2 white fishes right here, 170 grams of cooked brown rice infused with turmeric, and about 100 grams, 125 grams of mixed vegetables. So yeah, this is before the workout. After this, I'm gonna wait 1.5 hours to 2 hours and then train my chest. By the way, guys, excuse me if I talk a little slow, but I've been doing low days for a while now, and I didn't even notice it, but when I watch the recording, I noticed that I'm talking a little bit slower than usual. And that's simply because the energy levels are depleting more and more compared to what you would eat when you're bulking. So when you're cutting for a while, you will notice that your energy levels are depleting. And when you compare yourself, your personality and everything, it does become a little dimmer compared to your regular personality. But that's okay. Then you know you're doing the right thing. Anyway, the first chest exercise is a low to high fly sitting on a bench, an incline bench. And I do this to take the balance out of the equation. I really want to focus only on the upper chest. And the best fly movement for the upper chest is this one. What you do is you basically mimic the perfect movement of the upper chest from down to up, contracting it fully. Make sure to feel a full stretch before going up, and when you're going up, don't stop until you feel a full contraction above your lower chest. That is the whole purpose of the exercise. And I've been implementing the regular bench press more and more because I think it is important to keep my strength up during this cut, during this preparation to the competition. Because I notice that the bodybuilders who stay strongest, closest to the prep, actually keep their shape and roundness better than the ones who go high reps, low weight, squeezing only. So you really gotta go with the classic way of training, that is simply with free weights, heavy weights at least a few times a week, in order to keep those muscle fibers overloaded with power, because that's what we also want, to keep our power, keep our strength. It makes you feel good, and it ensures that you keep all that muscle that you worked so hard for. So that's why I like to implement the bench press a lot nowadays, especially doing chest. And I was actually surprised by my strength. I didn't expect to be able to bench these weights so easily, so I'm happy that I started it now so that I can actually maintain this strength throughout the entire prep. At least I try to. And yeah, what I also think is important with the bench press, and a lot of people don't like to do this, is touch your chest at the bottom. If you do this, you actually stretch the chest to a maximum, and the more the chest stretches, the stronger and the longer the contraction. Because imagine, if your chest is in a maximum stretched position, it takes longer for it to be fully contracted. So the entire way up, it is slowly contracted to the full peak of contraction. That enhances the time of tension, the range of motion, and a lot more for better response of the muscle fibers. And what I like to do after a regular bench press or after a flat exercise for the entire chest, I like to focus on the upper chest more, at least 1 or 2 exercises during the workout. But what I noticed is that guys who only focus on the upper chest actually don't really develop this part of the chest, because you really got to work on the entire development of the chest to get a good chest overall. Because a lot of people don't recognize that when you grow your lower chest, aka simply your entire chest, the rest grows with it. So if you do a lot of bench pressing, if you do a lot of decline bench pressing, your chest will grow and it'll actually look bigger overall, including the upper portion. That's why you don't want to do every single exercise incline. You really want to focus on the basics always, and only focus on 1 or 2 exercises when you do want to work the incline. But in my opinion, it is really about the completeness of the chest with doing the basics. And this exercise, as you can see, is pretty difficult, stretching the chest all the way down and contracting it all the way up. And this is what I was talking about, the decline bench press. The difference between a regular bench press and the decline bench press is that here you focus more on the upper chest. Notice where the bar lands on my torso. It is lower than the regular bench press, and that means that the angle of the chest versus the weight is different. And bodybuilding, guys, is all about hitting your chest, hitting your muscles with different angles. But you gotta know what you're doing. The lower chest is the biggest part of your chest, and that is why if you have a weak chest, you want to work that part. Arnold had a huge lower chest by doing bench presses like this, the decline bench press, and dips, which I'm doing right here. You can do these both on the machine or free weights. I like to alternate between those two because, you know, to switch it up every now and then. But this one is slightly different because the contraction to me is a little superior because you can actually rock your body back and forth as you contract the muscle. So if you look closely, when I stretch the chest, I rock my body forward a little bit, and when contracting, I rock it backwards a little bit, just a tiny bit, to help my muscles contract and stretch more efficiently. You guys should really try this if you find an exercise difficult to perform. Just give it a shot on this exercise if you have it in your gym. Just move your body along with the natural path it wants to move. And that's what I'm feeling right now. When you want to stretch your chest, just imagine when you're doing a cable fly, you really move your body forward to enhance the stretch of the chest automatically. And if you want to contract it, you do the opposite. You move backwards a little bit. And that way you fully optimize the full range of the chest and the full stretch of contraction. And what I also like to do is include a lot of times, a lot of chest workouts, 2 different flies in one session. The reason I do this is because the fly is the only isolation exercise you can do to purely target your chest. And that's one more thing that people tend to dismiss, is that they always go very heavy on every single exercise but forget to focus on the isolation movement for the chest to really get a full, massively pumped up chest. Alright guys, and then it's time for the triceps, and I've had a very good, knowledgeable coach explain to me the right way of doing the Skullcrusher. So if you look closely, you can see that the bar doesn't drop right to my forehead, and it doesn't drop behind my head. So it's kind of a hybrid between the Skullcrusher and the French press. But look at my triceps, guys. They are contracting the entire time. The tension doesn't leave the triceps, and that is the big difference. So what you want to do, and a lot of people do this wrong, including me myself before, is if you don't want your elbows to hurt, you let the bar drop a little bit above your forehead, pretty much a little bit above your hairline, and then when you push the weight upwards, you push it backwards at the same time. You can see me doing that a little bit. You feel that you're really pushing the weight backwards, but in reality you're pushing it upwards. And this way you really target that long head and the medial head of the triceps, which I've been wanting to improve. So I was wondering, I was doing so much weight with the Skullcrusher, yet my weak point was my triceps. And the cause was my form wasn't 100% right. We can always learn from someone more experienced or someone who has experienced different things, guys. Never think you know it all, because bodybuilding is all about learning from other people. And the exercise I just did was also for the long head, a standing cable overhead extension. Really get a good stretch and a good contraction, then moving straight to the rope Pushdown, a really nice exercise for the small head with the tricep. You don't want to forget that one, because that will give you a wide arm view, a full 3D view from the front, and isn't that what we all want? So when going upwards, go a few degrees above 90 degrees to really stretch those triceps to the max, and when going downwards, do not forget to put your wrists outwards, guys. Do not forget it for the full exercise benefit. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and if you're interested, there is a flash sale on the website vintagegenetics.com. Massive discounts on the premium items. It really is time to let you guys experience our apparel. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and don't forget to stay golden.